Take a look at the next question. If the nation's labor force receives a significant influx of young workers, A, the natural rate of unemployment is unlikely to change. B, the natural rate of unemployment is likely to increase. C, frictional unemployment will likely decrease to 0. And D, the natural rate of unemployment is likely to decrease. And so all of these have to do with either natural or frictional unemployment. Again, remember what we talked about in the first question today. Natural rate of unemployment is the sum of frictional and structural unemployment. And so anything that is really affecting one of those is going to affect natural rate of unemployment. So the question is natural rate of unemployment affected at all? And if it is, what happens to it? Or maybe we're just talking about frictional unemployment. So C is the only answer that talks about frictional unemployment rather than natural rate of unemployment, so maybe we'll deal with that first. And C says frictional unemployment will likely decrease to 0. And again, we know that frictional unemployment has to deal with the job search process, and it's almost never 0, right? That there's always going to be this problem, even in the best economy, where people are still going to go through that process of looking for the best job for them, right? So frictional unemployment is not likely to decrease to 0. We're not going to be picking for C. So the question is, how is natural rate of unemployment affected? And so, frictional rate of unemployment, so natural rate of unemployment, is it going to be impacted by an influx of young workers in terms of structural unemployment? That seems unlikely, right? Structural unemployment has to do with minimum wage laws, efficiency wages, unions, and so none of those really have any direct tie to an influx of young workers. However, the natural rate of unemployment, the frictional unemployment, however, might be affected by an influx of young workers. For example, young workers probably have never had a job before, so they might take a little bit longer to find the right job for them. That's going to increase frictional unemployment, thereby increasing the natural rate of unemployment. It's also possible that younger workers are going to have higher turnover, whereas older workers would have less turnover. Older workers might be more settled into their careers, and so they aren't going to be looking to change jobs as much. And so we're going to have low frictional unemployment, whereas young workers who are just getting started might be switching jobs every few years. And so that's going to lead to high turnover and high job searching and high frictional unemployment, thereby increasing the natural rate of unemployment. And so in both those senses, the natural rate of unemployment is likely to increase. And so we're going to pick B for our best answer here. So let's take a look at the previous tutor's answer. So this previous tutor says, in economics, the labor force includes all the people who are able and willing to do a job, regardless if they are employed or not. In simple words, the labor force includes both employed and unemployed workers. The unemployment rate is shown as the ratio of unemployed persons to the total labor force in percentage terms. So none of this is really that relevant for this answer choice, but this is some good background, I guess, for definitions. They said the natural rate of unemployment is showing the lowest unemployment rate at a stable inflation rate. In other words, it's showing the unemployment rate in the long run, where the employment rate is at the full employment level, which is in the long run equilibrium. If the young workers increase, then the natural rate of unemployment increase. Therefore, option B is the correct option. So this isn't a very good answer, right? It does not break down natural unemployment into frictional and structural, and it doesn't really explain why natural rate of unemployment is increased by an influx of young workers. So not a very good answer. Answer is not clear. Is not, or explanation does not address the specific question at hand. Natural rate of unemployment is defined as the sum of frictional and structural, come on, no autocorrect please, unemployment. Structural unemployment is unimpacted by an influx of young workers. However, frictional unemployment is increased by an influx of young workers. This can be due to a variety of factors. For example, younger workers may have never worked before, so they may engage in the job search process for a longer period of time before finding the right job. Additionally, younger workers may experience higher job turnover compared to older workers. Both these reasons would increase frictional unemployment and thereby also increase natural rate of unemployment. So, I mean, the answer choice that the previous teacher gave is correct. It's still B, but we just have a better explanation now, and so that's going to be what we're going to be submitting.